Many children of the wicked one are outwardly moral people. Many even attend a church on a Sunday morning, but ultimately they're not serving God's purposes here on earth. According to the imagery of this parable, they are planted amongst the children of the kingdom and are indistinguishable apart from the fact that they don't bear fruit. They look like Christians, they act like Christians, they talk like Christians. Everything about them is Christians except they don't serve Christ. They serve themselves. That's what they do during the week. Yeah, I go out and now it's my time again. And whether they know it or not, they are Satan's pawns and his most effective pawns because they're planted amongst true believers and they weaken the body of Christ. So according to Jesus, there's a spiritual battle for souls that is being waged in this world. The ultimate enemy is not the Democrats, it's not Planned Parenthood, it's not Muslims or freedom from religion. Our enemy is the wicked one, Satan. He's taken spiritually blind people hostage to do his bidding, whether they know it or not, or care or not. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, Paul says in Ephesians 6, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. What the Bible teaches, and it's a very organized, very strategically placed enemy we have. He's been doing it a long time, dude. He's been doing it since the Garden of Eden. He knows what he's doing. He's got a lot of people deceived. Highly organized, intelligent, spiritually aggressive counterforce, waging war against God's rule here on earth presently. The battlefield is your mind. That is where the battle takes place. 2 Corinthians 10 says. Satan will do everything, dude. He will distract you into every avenue. And man, we're living in days where there are more distractions than there's ever been. You cannot go through the checkout line without being inundated by worldly garbage. And the enemy, his main objective is to destroy as many human souls for eternity as possible. Therefore, it says in verse 40, as the tares are gathered, burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels. They will gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and those who practice lawlessness. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but Jesus never sugarcoats anything. He spoke more about hell like this than he did about heaven. Not because he delights in it, because he doesn't want anyone to go there. That's why he came to this earth. If you're a student of Bible prophecy, you see all the signs that the Bible records that point to that end of the age coming soon. The Russian-Iran alliance and their aggression against Israel sure seems to be putting in place all of the elements of Ezekiel 38. The constant pressure being put on Israel. I mean, why Israel? Why not Peru or, Australia? Why only Israel? Is all this pressure to sign some peace agreement like they're the aggressor? Multiple prophecies, Revelations, Zechariah, Daniel, Joel, many others rely on that scenario in order to be fulfilled. And you're seeing it right before your eyes if you're aware. At the end of the age, Jesus says, as the tares sown by the enemy would be gathered out of the field of wheat at harvest time, so too the Son of Man will send out his angels, verse 41, gather out of his kingdom all things that offend those who practice lawlessness, and will cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be wailing, gnashing of teeth. Now many cults, such as Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, Seventh-day Adventists, more and more denominations that embrace liberal Christian theology reject the reality of a literal hell, because it is not going to fill your pews. It's not going to fill your seats. And if you're visiting, you're like, oh boy, this is quite the teaching. Welcome to hell, everybody. But more and more people deny the clear teaching of Jesus.